Hot Tub Factory Outlet is now open in Draper. Don't wait months for your hot tub. Get it now. Enjoy that outdoor deep soaking experience you've been thinking about all year. Whether you have limited space or lots of room, you can have that relaxation you've been wanting today. Shop Utah's newest selection of Viking hot tubs. They're all on display at the beautiful new showroom. Best pricing in Utah and no wait time while supplies last. Hot Tub Factory Outlets at hottubfactoryoutlets.com.
Time to upgrade your adventure with an RV from Motorsportsland. Don't put off making exciting memories and exploring the many outdoor hideaways right here in Utah. Come in today and see how Motorsportsland can help you get away, or visit motorsportsland.com.
Here we go. Go get it. Let's go. That's it.
It's time for the unrivaled NFL Roundup. Premium Grade A NFL news from a former NFL quarterback. And, the other guy on 97.5 1280 The Zone, powered by KSLSports.com.
Welcome back. It is Unrivaled right here, 97.5 1280 The Zone, The Zone Sports Network. Alex Keary, Scott Mitchell. Thanks for being with us on the program. Quick market update here for you. The Dow Jones Industrial up 54 today. That's just shy of just shy of 1%. No, just under it's less than 0.5%. So there you go. S&P 500 up 18, NASDAQ up 120. So there you go. There's your market update brought to you by Try Day Trading. Now, anybody can be a day trader. TryDayTrading.com brings you your market update right here. TryDayTrading.com. NFL update, NFL roundup, Scott. I was watching that Monday night game. I was all sorts of excited. I want to apologize. I got the listeners excited for OBJ to maybe have a game. It's part of our discussion about the whole thing was, no, OBJ is going to have himself a game here. And it was garbage. And the 49ers were like, you guys can have all the attention you want for this week, getting Von Miller back and OBJ. And they just got it run up on him last night there in San Francisco. And nowhere to be found, OBJ. A couple of catches for 18 yards and kind of a no-show. The Rams' whole team were no-shows there in San Francisco. So the NFL's produced, I don't know. In the NFL, it's funny because we don't use the term upset that often. We don't say, oh, they've been upset. I mean, we use that in college a lot because the disparity's there between good and bad teams. But in the NFL, a team like the 49ers having a game like this isn't surprising.
If you're the Rams and you're a really good team, like everyone thought they were really good.
They're your Super Bowl pick.
Why do you need to go out and get really good players kind of halfway through the season? If you internally feel like maybe we don't have the team that we have.
Well, there's that part of it too where Ryan Seacrest, the head coach of the Rams, Sean McVay, he starts fiddling around too much. I think people think we have such a great team. If we had these two names, we're going to be so much better. But the addition by subtraction thing might work the other way, where it's like we're adding things and then we're actually subtracting from what we are. Well, maybe it creates enough of a distraction where it just becomes a problem. They weren't even there last night.
Then you get a situation where you get OBJ, right? And this guy's kind of escorted himself out of two NFL cities. He's been an issue. He's been, I don't want to use the word like a cancer, but he's a guy that has been not content with where he's been. For some reason, he's just not happy. He's not this. He's not that. He's not whatever. Now, when he's in New York, everything he does is magnified times 10 because it's New York, and everything he does in Cleveland, you don't hear about 90% of it because it's Cleveland. No one cares. But he found himself getting out of a small market or an uninterested market and a big market. And if you're the Rams, you're like, we better do our homework here. We better have this guy, like, we better know who he is, because if we don't really understand. We're caught up in the OBJ that he made this spectacular catch one time with one hand, which it was spectacular. If you're just enamored with that and not everything else, then shame on you and shame on your organization. I don't know where he ends up ultimately, but it's a big gamble to put two big stars on your team and mess up what appeared to be a pretty darn good chemistry.
I just wonder if, again, I think the NFL was crossing their fingers that this would just turn into something amazing. It was a bad game the entire way through. I mean, they were down 3 scores basically, from the get-go, and they just were nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found on this thing. So I was disappointed by that one, but that's Troy Aikman said that OBJ is an issue. Having him on the team is already an issue for the Rams, and I thought, you know what? You can't just throw a guy into a locker room and hope it works out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a pretty bold statement to make that today. I mean, I could see it potentially being a problem, and I could certainly see a lot of things being a problem with OBJ, and Troy Aikman brings up points where, hey, this guy could lose, another guy's losing a job, and it creates division, and is this guy going to be a prima donna? I can totally see those kinds of things, but ultimately, if OBJ helps the team win, no one's going to care. It's not going to be an issue, and you can't determine that right now. If Von Miller helps this team to be better, no one's going to care. And you're not going to know that after the very first game. You're just not. It's going to take some time to determine. And maybe getting these guys, putting them in a position to succeed is probably job one. And I don't know that the Rams did a good job of that. Where you can do that scheme wise. You can ease guys into things and still work it into the normal game plan. But to just kind of throw it out there and just hope it sticks, I don't know if that's the best plan.
So I don't know if you know this, but the NFL has been putting microchips in its footballs since 2017. I think most people are shocked to find that out, but they have this data that they're kind of going with, and the ability to be able to track the ball's location on the field exactly and kind of match it up with the field. It's not totally there yet. That technology isn't 100% there. But the microchips in the balls with the AAF when they were in town, remember when the AAF – you guys remember the AAF? My heavens. I just said it out loud, and I was like, is that what the name of it?
Right.
The Salt Lake Stallions?
Yeah.
We've got Salt Lake Stallions gear at my house.
I miss those guys.
I miss those days.
I really did. I missed
you know what they had was that microchip in the ball, and they were using it. And it was interesting to watch and kind of track. And the NFL's vice president of products and technology says that this tracking data now enables officials to kind of adjust spots for punts that go out of bounds. That's always been one. When you see that thing go out of bounds at a weird angle, and you watch the ref walking, and you're going,
and you always feel like you got it wrong.
Let's see where this goes, buddy. And they stand and they put their foot, and they're going, okay, he's still walking, and then he'll put his foot down like this was the place it intersected with the out of bounds, and you go, that's
we're going to put down a permanent marker here.
Yeah, and he's like, boom,
on this date,
first down, right
the punter
here.
Punted the ball out of bounds right
There's
here.
No way. Yeah. But I just think it's amazing because they have this technology. It's just not all the way there yet. And then they're even wondering if they should keep developing it because they don't know if it's something they could rely on in the future. But I love it. They're getting a complete digital record of where that ball is on the field, and they can keep it stored forever.
Technology's been a massive benefit to the NFL. Having the headset for the quarterback to call the plays, that's a huge boon for the NFL. Having a play clock and you can see it. I mean, there's the technology definitely, and if you could very precisely get measurements and locate the football, you're gonna eliminate a lot of situations that are kind of, we're spitballing, we're eyeballing here, we're trying to kind of to figure out if it's exactly here, and I think that would ease a lot of people's concern about spots about. Just a lot of things.
If it crosses the plane of the end zone, all these types of things. Think about how many of those combine. That goal line situation where you're trying to look underneath a bunch of massive calves, and you go, I think the ball went over the tip of that front of that line of the end zone, but where's his knee? And then we start doing that whole thing.
And you could probably have some kind of sensor way up high right on the goal line. If a team's down close by the goal line, you're going to see a lot of that. I mean, look, the technology's out there. And aside from getting it right as far as accuracy on spots or whatever it might be, having the ability, like the whole, and I don't want to be a proponent of gambling here, but it's kind of fun to play along with the game, and I like that part of the AAF. That was a fun thing to get involved in.
Right, they had that little kind of in-game
and you could,
game within itself. You could predict the plays.
You could play against your friends, and that
Yes.
was a fun thing to do, and I like that. And that's something that even that technology has a great capability of doing.
Ooh. College football playoff is coming out in about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. We're going to be on top of that. We've got a full next hour with the Players Club. Jaron Hall's going to join us, join me specifically. So as we had our conversation with Jaron earlier, Scott wasn't able to be there. So we're going to jump in, hear from Jaron Hall. We'll jump in and hear also from Kalani Sitake and some of the other players from this week as well. Stay right here with us. More to go. It's Unraveled right here at 97.5, 1280 The Zone Sports Network.